The atmosphere at El Nom was pure excitement, as the entire staff of operations, as well as agents and marshals from around Rantulia who had any part in the Caligastia case, awaited the historic broadcast that would, in theory, nullify all the spellbond devices within Satania and Rantulia. Fenton stood looking out at Bar Nom, then offered, "My understanding is that the Conduit Council does not allow non-quantum frequencies, because developing worlds of a certain technological level may intercept them and become falsely agitated." "True. The last time they did in Satania, it was noted by several systems," said Dar Magala. "August 1977. The WOW signal. I was just a kid, but it really got our attention. It started a big investment in off-world signal detection, and the search for alien life made for great television," said Mason. Flashing amber lights at the base of the crystal transceiver came on, as did the pulsing red heat sinks that ran vertically from the base to the ring flange that stopped just below the enormous 2-kilometer diameter crystal. "Here we go," yelled Mason, sitting up straight. There was a tangible pressure in their ears, and a tickling sensation in their stomachs as the power ramped up. An ultraviolet glow grew within the crystal, then became bright enough to cast hard shadows on the office walls. There began a flashing within the glow, as it took on an almost holographic character. At the very centre of the crystal shone a single yellow beam of light that went off into infinity. The broadcast engineer then splayed the beam to match the matrix of the quantum signal, which turned the purplish glow into a brown hue. A few moments later, once the signal had fully been delivered to Satania's Glass C, simultaneously, they both pulsed out the spellbond detection signal, followed shortly after with a nullification signal. Then the broadcast ended. Only the heat sinks and the amber lights remained for another pentachron until it completely cooled. The crowd hurrahed and applauded the spectacular event, then were invited to a special luncheon in honour of the occasion. Hermes and Dar Magala met at the visitor centre and gave one another a hug and pats for a job well done. "What was it like on Bar Nom?" asked Dar. "Being underneath the crystal to watch the engineers was so special. I must thank Pistis for making that happen. But to answer your question, it was awesome." "I can only imagine. There are special power bars and people food for us over here. Come, let's partake," said Dar, putting his arm on Hermes' shoulder. "How special?" Later. A pleasant tone signalled a notice from the Conduit Council, which came up on all the viz screens in the facilities. "We have collated the data coming in from both constellations and have surprising results. Here is a heat map of all spellbond devices picked up by local pings in Satania." The 3D stellar map slowly rotated, showing 1,758,965 devices, detected on 47 systems, mostly along the heavily travelled corridor between the two realms. There were several 100,000 devices in the constellation headquarters of Jerusalem, which include all 7 world universes, and several on the prison world, where the instigators of the Lucifer Rebellion were held. Guards and staff in close proximity to Lucifer, his first officer Satan, and the former Urantia planetary prince, Caligastia, were identified and placed immediately into custody. The next map showed a similar pattern in Rantulia, with a total of 875,663 detected devices across 36 systems, with one exception, Ulterra, even though it is located in the corridor just inside Rantulia. Most shocking was the number of devices right inside El Nom, in particular the universities, and several right inside the Royal Sanctuary. The people were becoming uneasy until the third map showed no active spellbond devices in either constellation. Then the crowd went wild with joy. Phaethon, who was watching from his grand hall, stood up and took a deep breath of relief as he walked out with the people and shouted, "Father in paradise! It worked!"